thank you guys for showing up and trusting your friends, that brought you here or whatever. This interview will last about 25 minutes, so I won't be going through every detail that you filled out. I'm gonna, before we're done here, I'll tell you about some key things I'm gonna ask you about.
The other little tip is when we get up there, forget about the camera. Let's just talk to each other.
Along those lines, feel free to interject and make it as conversational as possible. We don't want it to be just going down the line and just so.
If you get inspired by something somebody else is saying,
Jim just cut me off there. Yeah. That was great. Feel free to.
if you get inspired, so interject like that. It's a little. I know it gets tough, but don't be hesitant to do that. The way we'll start is we will just go around. First of all, I stand up and everybody take what I call the Pledge of Kindness. Then I'm going to say we're in Denver, Colorado with the Outsider interviews. Please welcome our guests tonight. People will applaud. Okay. And then I'm going to say, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Alex, tell us what you do in life and what you're, where you're working, your school, that type of thing. We'll just go around. Tell us about that, and you can do that in about 30, 35, 40 seconds, that kind of thing.
You know how we all get sort of sick of sound bites on TV? But when you're in this sort of setting, that's what you have to think. How can I take a story that I could tell in 15 minutes? How can I tell it in a minute and a half or 2 minutes? That's the way you have to sort of think.
It's just kind of making me nervous because I feel like I keep getting these general, just tell your story, or I'm just going to ask you about this, but I don't really know what you're going to ask. So I'm kind of, because I need a minute to think about my answers, so maybe we could be more.
So, yeah, I'll help you. I want to get into
it's hard
your experience.
For me to do 2 or 3 minutes because it's such a complex.
Well, but I could say, Rio, you were raised in a Saddleback church, and you obviously you've had a lot of experience with Christianity, and then you found yourself at Colorado Christian University.
You can just say CCU.
CCU.
I don't know.
And then in your freshman year at CCU, you had some really challenging experiences related to your faith. What happened there?
Okay, that's where I feel like you're leading me, and I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Well,
that's what I mean by just tell your story. What happened to you there? You were doing great.
Yeah,
you
were
doing fantastic.
Awesome. Okay.
It's just we'll try to keep it conversational.
Yeah, don't think too hard.
Absolutely don't.
Don't overanalyze. So you're at CCU for 1 year, and then you left, and there's obviously something happened in that period in such a short time. That was a big
decide
thing.
what it is, how you want to frame.
Abstract. Decide what it was, Rio. Go.
Well, if you want to tell a longer version of it, it's fine.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
I understand that this is not a staged event. You're using real people with real stories. There is this sense that there's this conciseness that you're looking for because time is of essence.
Right.
So as a result of that, there is something specific in our stories you're looking for us to dispense for the purpose of impacting the listener and the viewer.
Right.
So it's helpful if you just tell us, while we know it's not staged, and it seems like you'd be saying, here's what I want you to say, here's what I want you to say. But it's helpful for us. It's helpful for us, me specifically too.
Okay.
If you just do that, and we all agree that we know you're not trying to stage it.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not worried about that part, believe me.
Okay. Part of our stories, and I'm sure yours has it too, there's a lot of pain associated with this that to oversimplify it feels unjust to the story itself.
Yeah.
So we recognize that this needs to do it for the interview, but there's this sense that when we're doing this, we're not just doing an interview, we're giving away a part of who we are.
Right.
So I don't know if that's the way this feels for you, but that's the way it feels for us, which is why we're so sensitive to how we want to do it. So I know that's how you feel, but
I wonder if you could even say that up front and say, I'm going to tell things probably a little more concisely, and it maybe doesn't do justice to the pain that I've experienced.
Yeah.
But
even during your time, you could set it up that way.
Yeah.
just
And I
keep
say,
that
what
little
happened when you were
disclaimer,
14?
sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. That'd add an authenticity to the whole thing to make it really warm. Nice.
So for the sake of this, we have to figure out how to do that. We're good.
Right.